So there are three key challenges and questions that I'm seeing from clients. The first one is about how they optimise their marketing experience, how they can learn from what is working and how they can improve and optimise that experience. I call this optimise, improve and repeat, as it's a continued sort of commitment to change. The second challenge and question we see from clients is around how they can use marketing technology to automate and personalise the customer experience. It's really important to use the technical capabilities to automate and personalise, and I call this hands-free marketing. The third question and challenge we see from clients is around how they can use disruption to define, develop and rapidly deploy new services and experiences to improve the customer experience. So digital transformation on its own is quite an ambiguous term. You need to think about digital transformation in the context of the industry that it's happening in. So if you take automotive as an example, two of the major disruptors in that industry are autonomous vehicles and car sharing. So auto manufacturers are having to consider how they can respond and react to these disruptive forces in order to remain relevant to their customers. So what is the relevance and opportunity for marketing within this environment? Well, if you think about autonomous vehicles and car sharing, there's a huge amount more of data being generated on where people are using the product, how they're using the product. And if you think about then the interactions that then the brands have with those customers, they're also increasing. So there is an opportunity for marketers to change the way that they engage with audiences and actually make the experience far more sort of relevant and personalised. In an increasingly automated world, hands-free marketing puts creative at the core of the experience. It ensures that we have a balance between technical feasibility, the business and the customer, and really make sure that the customer is represented in the experience that is created. Deloitte predicted that there would be 500,000 VR headsets in circulation in 2016. Actually, there has been a much slower adoption of VR headsets. And the question as to why this is because there is a lack of compelling use cases that drive the use and adoption of VR headsets. So a compelling use case for VR, you may have seen in a recent ad where you see a father going to a concert, standing in a sea of teenagers with a 360 camera on his head. It all looks a bit odd until he returns home and you see his daughter that's been unwell enjoying the full immersive experience of that concert whilst wearing a VR headset. Now, that's just one example of a compelling use case which will drive the adoption of VR headsets. And for marketeers, the challenge is to come up with equally compelling use cases which is going to drive the adoption and then allow for them to market to people in different ways.